it's me, RedHead, and welcome to another ASMR video where you are not going to need your eyes. So I'm going to pop one and pop the second one, and I will put them on the table. You are not going to need them, but don't worry, I will give them back. So today I'm going to describe to you some pictures that not I made, but I created some cards, and I will be describing them to you, and you have to guess what's actually on the card. You don't have to guess, you can just listen to the sounds that I'll be making. Mostly card sounds, like you like I like, and the rambling, explaining, over-explaining. So, let's start with the first one. On this card, there is an animal. Yes. What that animal does, that animal is a lot active at night. Yes, at night, but it can be even at day. It really depends, but this one I think is the most active at night. Why? Because it has some property that's really reminiscent, is that the word? Probably, to the night. It really makes it nightly animal. Yes, it's, I wouldn't say useful animal, but it has a good boy trait or good girl trait. So humans really like that animal in the past, but today it's mostly not. It really excelled at catching small rodents around the house, but today it's more of an emotional support animal, especially for women without children after 30. But some people hate them, but most, I think, love them. They also just can appear in your life because their functions, this distribution system of these animals, and they just happen to pop in your car engine, in your chimney, under the, I don't know, isolation of your house. They just appear, and you have to adopt them, and you have to take care of them. They also have a special kind of parasite that some scientists say it's, it makes us people to worship them and make us friendly to them. So what can it be? So it's an animal, and it has some nightly property, and it is black cat. Yes, black cat. Next one. This one is almost alive, but it's really not. It's human creation, which lasts only a little bit of time, and not everybody knows it. It's more of a tradition between kids that they can take an animate object and make them appear human-like, almost human-like, and definitely life-like. human creativity executed. There needs to be human creativity involved to make this animate object almost. Kids often create them and take care of them, and well, after the winter ends, they end too, which is sad. They have huge, like, relationship to coal and carrots. So you probably already know, and it's this snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? Next one. This one is the perfect geometrical 3D object. That's the perfect one, almost. It's, it has lots of geometrical 3D and 2D too things going on. There are hexagons, pentagons, and there are huge spheres. So in a huge scope, it's a giant sphere. But if you look at it closely, you see some pentagons, you see some hexagons arranged in particular order that creates actually that huge sphere. And it's used for a particular kind of entertainment and enjoyment and recreation that humans like to do. But this type of item would dog like to probably to play with, or a hippo, alligator, velociraptor, or someone. Mainly it gets into contact with human food, which is a huge clue. Only colors of this are opposite, black and white. So probably already know. It's a football, or soccer ball, how Americans say. Next one, we have something that is really pretty and has a name because of its appearance, and in most languages I think it has the name because of its appearance. Why? Because it really looks like that thing that everybody knows. Everybody, unless you are in really brutal, like government-led experiment, like, or maybe experiments made by Plato himself, then you know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody seen it. That item that the name derives from. But that item itself, which is actually living item, I don't think everybody knows, but most people probably do, because it's pretty and it's actually useful, especially for birds, but sometimes even for humans. Some humans like to consume this living item. the prior item that you can look at every day. You can look at it every day. What it looks like based off. But I wouldn't recommend it. Because you can end up without eyes, just like you are now. So I probably already know. And it's sunflower. Yes, sunflower. Let's go to the next one. This one is something that 80-year-old sees 80 times. He can see it much more times if he has friends. If he has no friends or no family, he sees it only 80 times. Unless he wants to. If he wants to. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to see it every year. It gets bigger, something on it. It can be the same, but something on it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And well, one day there is too many, and after that there is no. It's kind of a promise of something that people really like. And in the past, this was probably only time you could get this item. There's also a game that's really good and really popular that uses trans-dimensional travel, but inside the same dimension, to solve puzzles, to escape an evil intelligence, let's say. And that intelligence promises this stuff if she actually finishes all the tasks that are needed. You probably already know which this one is. And it's a cake, birthday cake, or a cake. Okay, next one. This one is a really interesting item, known for centuries. It was at the time when history was written, because the item that it creates gave birth to one big, great, relatively new nation that's on this planet. Because, those people didn't want to pay 1% tax on that stuff when it was harbored on their new found continent. So they throw it in the water or sea. Not water only, sea it was actually. And that item, if you want to really enjoy it, you need to put it into this item and boil it a little. Keep it in this, and then you can actually serve it. It used to be made mostly in China, where in the past where there was really or in Central Europe too after that, but it was really luxury items. And today it also can be luxury items from Japan or stuff like that. The stuff is still popular today, and I don't know if you know this one, but it's a teapot. Can you see teapot? But you can maybe in this have coffee even. Next one. This one is something I don't really like, but I have to use it to create ASMR videos, especially ASMR videos that use this type of content, that I create a cards, but those cards I print them on a big paper, you know. I need to make them smaller, you know, to fit in my hand and to show you them on the camera. And I need this type of item that you can buy everywhere, depending on the quality, how it will actually perform. But sometimes it performs good, sometimes it performs bad. Some people have the artisan made of them. I saw them. I think we have one, but it's not good. Like, it's good, but not for the modern time. It's also one opponent in a little game that people can play between each other if they want to decide some outcome. If they have like diplomatic dispute and they don't want to duel at high noon, they want to solve it like peacefully. They use this type of thing to solve it. It's also one of the, you know, things that do very, very, very good friends of female gender often do. Okay, so you probably know the item, and it's scissors. Yes. Next one. This item is something from the modern age item. It was not known in the past. Maybe it was known before the pyramids. We don't know. But definitely it's modern day item. It's something I don't own. I would love to own. It would help me create content a lot. But I have this type that you can have on one place, but you cannot move it. This one you can move. It's used by probably every person alive in modern world today. If you don't know it, if you don't use it, or some modification of it, I don't know where you live, you are probably Amish, in Amish paradise or something. But yeah, it's used. It's quite complicated process, and it gets better and better every year. And yeah, if you would like me to get one, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, or if you like the stuff even more, you can become a member for a small price and support my work, because that's the best way you actually can. You know, that's the best way. Okay. So, and it's of course laptop or notebook. We say notebook in Czechia. Okay, next one. Next one is actually a person, but it's not a person like who he is, but it's what they do. And they can do it in many, many ways. Some do that on small spaces, some do it in big spaces, some do it with one car, some do it with multiple cars. In today's day and age, you can have somebody who doesn't really know probably how to do it and be rich and famous. But mostly it's stuff that everybody needed. You can probably do it yourself, but sometimes you really don't have a technology and you need a professional to do it, and everybody does it at least like once every 10 years maybe, to like, you know, change the mood of your housing or your apartment or your anything other. There's also one that was really evil. He was able to do this stuff, I think pretty good, but wasn't allowed to study it, and then he had trauma from it and turned evil, like really evil, the most evil that you can imagine, like Darth Vader. So it's of course a painter. Okay, next one. This one is an animal, and this one will be really easy. Only thing that I will say you about this animal, that he is really, you know, there's not many of them. Why? Why is there not many of them? Because they live in only one country on the earth. That country basically controls the supply of this animal. And those animals don't really want to do the deed, you know, to just do it. They are probably really lazy, don't know why. And it's a real problem because we need to make them do the deed, to make them survive. Otherwise they are going to just plop. There's not going to be many more of them. They are really cute. They are really like bumbling and frolicking around in the zoos. But yeah, there is not many of them, and they have only two colors too. So it's a panda bear. Panda bear. Of course, panda bear. Next one. This is again a human occupation. Let's say occupation. I mean what they do, not occupation of country. It's a really important one because it helps people. It helps people while risking a life of its own. And I personally saw many people do this, and they are really heroes. They are really, you know, they deal with one of the elements, or mostly they are named by that, but they really deal with all elements. It's not just one element that they will deal with. And yeah, they definitely deserve the praise, and you probably know already. It's a fireman or fire department, firewoman. Next one, those people don't really exist anymore. Not in the way, but in some places of the earth they still are called like that. They still exist there, just dressed differently, and they mainly look for a booty. They really like a booty, which I really can, like, you know, feel them, that they want a booty. I understand them, but they are doing that in a really evil way, which I don't think it's okay, and it needs to be condemned, even if their quest for beauty is like righteous on their part. So they are like evil, but there are movies about them, and some people, like kids, often like to be dressed like them for some reason, and my language, we call themselves like them. We call them in same like them. So we call in Czech hello is ahoj. So it's of course a pirate. Okay, next one. This is an item that you have in front of your house. It's used to not get the things that you expected to receive. Instead, it usually just stands there, gets hit by a car or something. It's really different in America and Europe. In Europe, we often don't have them like they are portrayed right there. We have them just on the house, like bloop them on the house, and they are there. They exist there, and they wait for something to be delivered to them. Mostly just papers, colored papers that have some kind of business idea on them, business opportunity on them, but not business for us, business for the other party. And it's of course a mailbox. Next one. This one is really special because it's something that was one of the first means of unusual transportation that really made people feel like, wow, that's insane. It uses the same physics principles as boats in the sea, but instead of flowing in the water, it flows in the air. It's round or sphere shaped, and there's very hot in there, but you usually need to be really high where there is a lot of cold. And of course it's hot balloon or I don't know. And okay guys, this will be all. I'm coughing a little, not feeling well. I've been not feeling well for quite a while, probably just deteriorating like other people. And okay, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments. I will continue. I created some more vlogs which I'm doing when I'm ill, and I will see you in the next one. Good night.